Hello people, everybody, I'm back. Today we're talking about Ted Kaczynski. I don't know how many of you know who Ted Kaczynski is. He's the Unabomber guy. Okay, so he blew up some airports. He did something. I always thought he was the underwear bomber, because there was that guy who put a bomb in his underwear and blew his off. I should probably not put that in the first 30 seconds. I used to always get them confused. But then I learned about the Unabomber. And I don't know if you guys know this about me, okay? But check it out. Listen. Ted Kaczynski studied math at U of M. I studied math at U of M. So, like, he's just like me for real. So today I thought what we could do is basically... He has a PhD. Now, I don't have a PhD. That's hard. I did some research. I did okay. But he has a PhD, and so we're going to read his PhD paper, really try to get to the bottom of it. So, one thing I wanted to get off up top, I don't know if other fields are like this, but I can tell you this is for sure the case with math. Any given math PhD cannot just pick up any math paper and read it and understand it, okay? Any like high level published math paper, it's being understood by like a few people. It's not, there's just too much math to know. You really can't, I didn't know this either, but you go to like math conferences where people do presentations on things, in a room full of 100 people, there are maybe 5 people who understand what's happening in that presentation. The important thing though is like the fun thing about math though is you don't have to always understand everything. They kind of take bits and pieces of it and make it work for you. Like take what you can, leave the rest. You make it make sense for you, if that makes sense. So today we're gonna read Boundary Problems by Ted Kaczynski, and we don't have expectations to really understand all of it. We're going to do that. Actually, first, I guess we'll do a little like Ted Kaczynski fun fact situation or whatever the fuck. So yeah, he was a mathematician and a domestic terrorist. Quite a combo. They're gonna say that about me one day. Everybody look out. Help me. I am not a danger to myself or others. Where was he born? Chicago? 1942. I don't know anybody born in 1942. Well, it was during the wars, not the wars. World War II. I've heard about World War II before. Well, that's good for him. He graduated from Harvard with a 3.12. Kind of shitty, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, then he went to U of M. Then he moved to Montana, and he did these bombings. One interesting thing about him with these bombs, look at all these bombs. He really set off a lot of bombs. And they got him on these last 2 because he killed somebody. He killed some people. So then they wanted him. At some point, he was making bombs with wood casings so that there'd be wood shrapnel, which suggests that he wasn't really trying to kill anybody. Does that make sense? It just seems like he was a very smart guy, and I guess he killed 3 people. But I feel like he could have killed a lot more people if he wanted to. This guy lost 3 fingers. I thought it was just going to say severe damage to both eardrums, and I was like, that's nothing. What's he crying about? Nobody can hear you. You can't hear you. You don't have eardrums. All right, now let's read Ted Kaczynski's paper. Boundary Functions by Ted Kaczynski. Theodore John, 1967. My dad was a wee lad at that time. He was a kid. Teeny bopper. Not even. What do we have? This is the dissertation. Doctoral committee. I don't know these people. I'm sure they're nice. Boundary Functions by Ted Kaczynski. Let H denote the set of all points in the Euclidean plane having positive y-coordinate and X denote the x-axis. Okay, so that's simple enough. Just think about, think about a graph, like an XY plane, okay? And then just shade in the top half of it. And then call it H, okay? That's easy. All right, so if P is a point on X, which is, the x-axis, then, well, this got complicated quickly. We have the plane. We have a graph, right? We have the upper half, and then there's the x-axis. And then call P a point on the x-axis, okay? Then you say there's an arc at P. Okay. This is crazy. I'm going to start putting things on screen. Okay, so an arc at P is this symbol having an endpoint at P. Now, I would assume that the beginning point is the origin. Mapping it. Okay. These arcs, I believe from the origin to these points P, are also in, because it says positive y coordinate, right? Okay, this is what's happening. This is kind of what's going on. So it says positive y coordinate, but the x-axis has a y coordinate of 0. It has to be included in H. So this is the way of including it in H. Does that make sense? Because you said everything above 0, right? But then this is a very long-winded way of saying, but also 0 too. Okay. Now, F. Okay, so a Riemann sphere. Ted Kaczynski is an asshole. Just a real piece of shit. Let me get a exact, because it's, yeah, there's a point in infinity. Oh, okay, okay, that's what this is more complex. It essentially has a radius of like 1. If you know about complex number, it's got complex numbers too, and then it's got 0 and infinity. So really, like, it's just kind of a thing to include everything and be really annoying about it. That's kind of what's going on. But we have this plane situation. We have to, by mapping it, it's like each point on that flat thing, okay, you basically wrap it around. It was flat. You're wrapping a sphere in this flat thing, okay? So think about it like wrapping a present. Okay, that's all we're doing so far. We're wrapping a present. And now we get to the definition of what a boundary function is. We mean that symbol. Defined on a set E. Okay, so we haven't heard about E yet. A subset of X. Oh, a subset of the X-axis. Okay, so this function is defined on a set. Okay, which means it doesn't, on a set that is subset of the x-axis, which means, so we have the whole x-axis, and in this function that we're talking about, okay, so remember how we're wrapping the globe? Think about wrapping a globe in, like, wrapping paper, okay? Think about that. But so we're doing that, right? But then we have the x-axis, so the bottom of the wrapping paper. Okay, so a function, right, which is like, you know, y equals mx plus b. Don't think about it like that. It's just a set of directions. It says like, if this happens, then do that. It's one of those. If 1, then 2. If 2, then 4. See what I'm saying? Like, it's just an if-then statement. So this boundary function is a function defined on just a small part of the bottom of the wrapping paper, right? And for each point at the bottom of the wrapping paper, there basically exists, I think a length from the origin, from the center of the wrapping paper to the where we're talking about on the wrapping paper. Okay, how's that for an explanation? Okay, the set of curvilinear convergence of F is the largest set for which the boundary function of F can be defined. In other words, it is the set of all points P in X such that there exists an arc at P along which F approaches a limit. Okay, so that didn't make sense to you, but it made sense to me. And the important thing is, like, he kind of said a whole lot of nothing. Next, we prove that the boundary function for a continuous function can always be made into a function of Baire class 1 by changing its values on a countable set of points. What's Baire class 1? What's Baire class 1? Our pointwise limit. They're just functions with holes in them. Yeah, I really don't understand this. Yeah. Like I didn't think I was gonna understand this, but that, man, somebody should have listened to Ted. I mean, he's a smart guy. This is intelligent. Wow, man. I like, oh my god. Guys, like, okay, I know, okay, so this is kind of what's going on right now. I understand that people have math phobia, and I'm not one of those people, clearly, because I'm trying to break this down for everybody. But Yeah, this is giving me the heebie-jeebies. No, I I don't know if I've ever said that before in my life. Oh, look, a picture. Well, what does the picture say? I don't get it. I don't get what's going on here. Okay, yeah, fuck this guy. I mean, what did just arrogant? You think you're so smart. Oh, using the formula for an area of a trapezoid, we can find that. Go fuck yourself. What a pussy. Oh, you should have died in the woods. You would have been fine in the woods. Just don't mail anything. Just live there. I bet he just knew the area of a trapezoid off the top of his head like that. What a fucking loser. What a dork. Okay? I hate him. I think he's a bad guy. You know, what do trapezoids have to do with anything anyway? I was at my friend's house earlier and I was talking about how I was going to record this video. And honestly, it's been a bigger failure than I had imagined it would be. Like, I didn't expect much, but yeah, I got through one page or maybe one paragraph. I got through one what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I don't have an advanced math degree. I shouldn't have to know these things. Nor should you. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm making you sit through this. Just because I wanted to look at this. I don't know why you had to be subjected to this. But I was at my friend's house earlier talking about how I was going to film this or whatever. And she was saying how he was the first person for his words, like in his writings and stuff, to be used against him in a court of law, right? And I just want to say, good, because like he has picked his words very carefully. You know, I'll rewind to that paragraph that I read. He's talking about residual sets of measures 0. I think he should kill himself. That's what I think. I think Ted Kaczynski should, oh my gosh, he should end his life talking about all this. Why didn't you type it nicer? Oh, it's 1967. Okay. Would you type this on a typewriter, you old hag? I didn't say the F word there. I didn't say it. I kind of just hate the way this guy writes math, to be honest with you. I don't know if any other mathematicians can, like... If there are any other mathematicians in the... Like, I don't... It's just the way you're setting things up is, like, it's bad. It's bad. I don't know. You know he's intelligent. I mean, this is the drawings of a serial killer. You know, I don't know if anybody's going to argue with that. That much is true. But some of this math, he's a smart guy. Look at all these different things he's got to define. What if you had to define those many things? I don't even know the definition of that many words. You know, You know, good for Ted. Good for Mr. Kaczynski. You know, Theodore John. Good for him. An interval can be non-degenerate. Now you're the judge of who or of what is and isn't degenerate. Did you shower in the woods, sir? No, degenerate just means it's not. It means why is it gray? Hello? Okay. It just means it doesn't like go trail off to 0, basically. But this guy is a degenerate, okay? Any union of non-degenerate intervals is equivalent to an open set. I don't know if because that's a lemma, which doesn't mean like fact, but if that's a fact, that's an interesting fact. Oh, boreal measures, okay. This guy's annoying, man. Well, actually, that looks like a fun function. I actually do wonder how that works. But then I keep reading, and I'm like, oh, I don't care. I don't give a shit. I literally don't care. Wow, is that where we're going? Wow, I don't give a shit. I don't care. You know, he's taking infomums. This guy must have. I wonder if he went to parties. You know, because I've been. I don't know if I told you this, but I went to U of M. But I went to U of M, and I can't imagine that this guy would have gotten into any frat parties talking like this. Because like I've written math before. But like, I don't know. I guess I don't speak this formally. I don't know. I'm not this autistic, I don't think. Am I? Man, I don't know. Oh. F doesn't even get to stand for field anymore. It stands for special family. Yeah. You belong to a special family, Ted. Fucking freak. You know, he won't even talk about numbers. I'm not even big on math with numbers, but fucking throw a number in there, bro. See, what is this? Okay, this is an epsilon, okay? And this distance means infinitely small. So this angle is infinitely small. Everything is infinitely small. This is infinitely large. This top thing here. This is infinitely large. This is infinitely small. Epsilon just means it's something. It's not zero. It's something. So that's why it's drawn. But it's effectively zero. So that's what's happening there. But these are just pictures of triangles. I don't know. And a trapezoid. Hey, that's why you wanted to know the area of a trapezoid. Now I get it. Now it all makes sense. See, the square root of 8k plus 1, I don't know. Square root of 69 is 8 something. So if that's helpful, I don't know if that's helpful. Maybe it is. See, now he's just drawing pictures. This is ridiculous. Yeah, anybody could do that. You're going to put that in a PhD thesis? Why didn't you color it in, loser? Yeah, this is, man, what an annoying thing to do. I don't even want to explain that. I don't even want to explain what I'm looking at right now. That's disgusting. That's really painful. That sucks. That must have sucked to put together. Good job, Ted. Blank page. Lazy. What's this guy's obsession with 1/2? Actually, I kind of know the significance of 1/2, but again, or like what it could be, but I'm not even gonna go there. Like literally, y'all aren't ready for it. What a shitty drawn symbol. Hey Ted, did you do that yourself? I mean, what a degenerate. Oh, we didn't even make it to the preliminary introduction. Well, fuck. I feel like we have to try that. Do I really want to do this right now? Stalling isn't going to change anything, you know. Okay. H denote the upper half of the plane. We know, Ted. We know. Oh, it's the same thing. Oh, cool. Well, then we're good. I can chill. We'll give it another paragraph just because I'm relieved that we don't have to learn something new. You know what I mean? So we'll do a little exploring. So I think we understand what boundary functions are. All right. Let's see what other facts we can. All right. Yeah, I get it, Ted. You can write things down. You know, we're really just saying what a sphere is at some point. Actually, that's a little awkward. See, remember how I was saying that X was just the number line? Yeah. It took him to page 9 to say, we consider X as being identical with R. R being the real number line, as in the number line that I was talking about 14 minutes ago. He's dumb. He's a stupid person. You know, I don't know that everything's great in the world either, but I see the internet and I say, hey, how can this work for me? And I show up. I show up to work every day. I'm here. I'm just kidding for like 14 reasons. I hope everybody understands. But if anybody wants to donate to my rent, you know, I guess I could throw something in the description. Or I don't know. It just got awkward because now I feel like if I put something in the description, it's like a guilt trip thing. And like really, like I'm just trying to make a fun video. But my point is that the internet is good, like can be used for good. I'm doing my best to use it for good, okay? That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to use it for good. Why didn't Ted Kaczynski, you know, he missed out. He should have been on YouTube. You know, he died in 2023. He could have had a 15-year YouTube career. And he probably would have knocked it out of the park. That's why I'm better than Ted Kaczynski. You know, that's what I'm saying. I think that to be honest with you guys, I just saw the words topological space here. Yeah, I would like to not do this right now for sure. Hey, there's good old Ted. Rest in peace. Rest in power, Ted. He wasn't a white supremacist, so I'm allowed to do that. It was a black power symbol for all you can prove, okay? See, look at what a nice home he made for himself. It's so unfair. Were these his snowshoes? Oh no, that's shrapnel. See, this is okay. Timeline of Unabomber devices. Okay, because I was reading the timeline and I'm like, why is it so negative? Okay, so that's the FBI report. What does Wikipedia have to say? Is there anything fun? What does it say about his mathematics career? We should know that. Okay, so he enrolled at U of M. He got his master's and his doctorate. 3 years. You know, usually it takes 2. So it's not his first choice. Well, that sucks. Okay, so he specialized in complex analysis, right, which is something that I have studied. So, but geometric function theory. See, I don't know a ton about. I know complex analysis theorems, but I don't really know. Like, I don't know much about Riemannian geometry. So, okay, good job, Ted. What did Peter Duran say? He said he was an unusual person. He was not like the other students. He was more focused about his work. He had drive to discover mathematical truth. Okay, well, that's a nice thing to say. It's not enough to say he was smart. You know, I can tell he was smart. The best man I've ever seen. Well, that's, I mean, well, come on. He received an F? Sounds like a fucking loser to me. Oh, well, this is interesting. Wait a minute. Because this is under mathematics career. So this could be important for us, okay? For a period of several weeks in 1966, Kaczynski experienced intense sexual fantasies of being female and decided to undergo gender transition. In 1966 is crazy. He arranged to meet with a psychiatrist but changed his mind in the waiting room and discussed other things instead. Probably smart to discuss other things instead of just leaving, right? Without disclosing his original reason for the appointment. Okay, did you admit to this later? Why do you admit to this? Afterwards, enraged, he considered killing the psychiatrist. Well, that's unreasonable. And other people whom he hated. Who else? Who? He described this as a major turning point. I felt disgusted about what my uncontrolled sexual cravings almost led me to. Cutting my penis off. I was disgusted that I was horny enough to cut my dick off, is what you're saying. I felt humiliated and violently hated. You humiliated yourself, sir. Violently hated the psychiatrist. Wait, pause, guys, think about this hard, think about this long and hard. Everybody get hard to this, you know, this is why Ted Kaczynski. This is why Ted Kaczynski's not on the internet. I think he was, you know, sissy hypnode and feminized. I think that's why he was scared of technology. Check it out. He came to liberal Ann Arbor. I know Ann Arbor. You know, we're hip to the jive here. He comes to liberal Ann Arbor. In this period, for several weeks, he has sexual fantasies about being a female. It sounds like a closeted homophobe, transphobe. It sounds closeted trans. You know, and he was so angry. He just had to go off the grid because he knew he had to stay away from the internet, because if he was on the internet for too long, you know, because this was back before the internet, but he saw it coming. And he said, if I'm around for the internet, I will watch Sissy Hypno and Goon. I will Goon. I'm just going to watch trans porn all day long until I'm inspired to go do it myself, and I hate that. Therefore, I'm gonna blow up an airport. I feel like you handled it better than some people, to be honest with you. I don't know. Like at least this guy wrote a manifesto. Fuck yeah. That was a good one. Felt disgusted, humiliated, hated the psychiatrist. There became a major turning point. Like a phoenix, I burst from the ashes of my despair to a glorious new hope. What did you do with that new hope? Wow. Became a professor. Okay, so then he resigned on June 1969, 3 years after his feminization realization happened. Yet pathologically shy, because he didn't want to tell anybody that he wanted to be a girl. He wanted to dress up in women's underwear and in a dress. He looks like he would have been happy in a dress too, you know? He just looks like he's one of those guys. I'm not even being hateful. I'm just saying things, okay? Resigned out of the blue. He had no close friends. Efforts to get him to be friendly had failed. Okay, 1996, interviewed him. Concluded, so Kaczynski's like subfield of math had been proven after the 1960s. That's interesting. Right. If he had worked in math, he would have gone into some area. Okay, so that's interesting. Well, I mean, he was around for the closing of a chapter, which is interesting. You know, that's good. But I don't know. We really came across a last second buzzer beater with that, you know, this psychiatrist thing, this gender transition situation. Well, this has been the video. You know, like, I can try to keep reading that, but it is late, so this has been the video. This was a journey, guys. This was a journey. It's gonna be fun to put this together. I'm excited to see what everybody thinks about this. Cause yeah, like I'm good with the math stuff. I do know a lot of math stuff. So if you guys want to see math stuff, I'll do that. But also, like, I do want to do fun videos. I don't want to be stuck with math stuff. Math, it's like a fun, like a, you know, I don't know. It's like a party trick. Hey, let me tell you the area of a triangle. You know, like that. It's a lot of work to be good at math. That's the truth of it. It's a lot of work to be, you know, honestly, math taught me that it's a lot of work to be good at things. It's really, it's hard. You want to be good at something? I hope you do, because, you know, otherwise you're not gonna be. At the end of the day, I just don't like it enough, I guess. But I like this. That's why you guys should subscribe. I look tired, I feel like. That's why you guys should subscribe and like the video and comment and tell me what you want to see from me. Because I don't really care. Like, I'll do whatever and make it fun. I don't really give a shit. Tell me what you want to see. You want to see me play a game? I'll play a game. You want to see me... What do you want to hear me talk about? I'll tell you about whatever you want to know about. But I'm not a news person. I'll just... I don't know. I don't fucking know. This has no direction. I'm fucking... goodbye, folks. Love you.